connection through spinal cord, human spinal cord. First of all, we have to determine the anterior and posterior. I already told you anterior, posterior. Let me write it down. It's
These lights are messing me up.
anterior, ventral can be used interchangeably. Okay? One thing I talked about meninges, huh? Got that? Meninges, plural, singular, meninges, inflammation, infection, meningitis. Okay? Now in brain and spinal cord, both are covered by meninges. So, we have dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater. Suppose we have, this is the skull bone or the vertebra, the tough layer this is the bone, could be skull or vertebra. This is dura mater. Next, I have no other color but green here. Here. This is arachnoid mater, and highly vascularized bottom. Now the space is here. This space epidural space. This is subarachnoid space, and this one is, oh sorry, I'm sorry, this is subdural space.
The last one's subaccurate. I just bought it.
This is subaccurate space. I will come back to this later on. What you should know, the anterior or ventral side and the posterior or dorsal side, you can see in the middle the central canal. Can you see the central canal? That is the cavity in the spinal cord called central canal. And try to differentiate these two features. This is white matter and this is gray matter. Gray matter contains the cell bodies of the neurons. Can you see the cell bodies? And gray matter stained a little differently than white matter, isn't it? Can you see the difference? So this is white matter, this is gray matter, and this doesn't matter. Okay? What's that? Oh, does it matter? Okay. Now, look at this picture. A deep furrow, can you see that? This is called the anterior median fissure. And that denotes the anterior or ventral side. Okay? Since, when you put the slide and when you look at the image, it's inverted, so that's why it's on the top side. It doesn't change. It's on the top, it's not dorsal, but this is a ventral, remains always ventral, isn't it? So this is anterior median fissure. And you come straight and you will hit the central canal. Look here, central canal. And if you look at the diagram in your book on 13.3, chapter 13.3, you will find a shallow, you can see that. This is shallow depression and goes straight into here. That shallow depression you can see, this denotes the dorsal side, is called dorsal or the posterior median sulcus. Sulcus is shallow. Fissure is deep. Do you get that? Fissure is deep. As you will see in this model, the model that I have pinned. Okay? So this is dorsal median sulcus or posterior median sulcus. This is anterior median fissure. So you can identify the anterior side and posterior side, isn't it? And the signature feature is fissure, anterior median fissure. So here, this is white matter and is located on the anterior side. So this is called the anterior column of white matter, also called anterior white column. Anterior white column, posterior white column. Look here, this is posterior white column, anterior white column, and if you go to this side, lateral white column. So three areas of white matter in spinal cord. You have to identify the anterior white column, the lateral white column, and below the posterior white column. Okay? Alright? Now, this is anterior side. This is gray matter. It's like a horn. That's why this is called anterior horn of gray matter, or anterior gray horn. Anterior gray horn, lateral gray horn. Okay? Dorsal gray horn. This is dorsal. Yeah. Dorsal gray horn. Dorsal gray horn or posterior gray horn. Lateral gray horn, anterior gray horn. And it's on, I did the diagram number 13 point, is it 13.3 or 2? .3, isn't it? What page number? 4497.